Hello everybody, this is Andre97 coming back at you with another video for our Hearts of Iron Fascist United States campaign. And yeah, so what we're going to do this episode is just let the game run, hopefully get these 70 days down for this, so we can start getting political power, because as the United States, the Great Depression takes away from our political power change a day -1, and then whenever we do a national focus, that also costs 1 political power a day. And so we don't gain any while we're doing national focus, but as America, to help that, you have stuff like WPA, and after the reaffirmed Monroe Doctrine, these Caribbean Sphere, Central America, the neighbors, and South America focus, they all also give you political power plus 50 when you complete them. So yeah, one thing I want to do while we wait for this is just kind of look over and see what path we're going to take, because I think what we're definitely going to do after WPA is I don't think we're going to do any of these. We might do Committee on Technology, just because that would give us 50% on electronics and support technology, but I'm not sure. Let's go see if we are going to research any of those. When it says electronic, I think it just means these in general, and that would actually be pretty nice just to go ahead and get ahead of these. Let's go back here. Electronics and support technology. But these over here would just help us get the political power while we're not gaining any, because we won't gain any until we get rid of this Great Depression, and we can worry about that later. But I think we're just going to start this off right off the bat next, just so we can go ahead and start getting these, because even if we're going to invade them or whatever, it's not really going to change anything. I think once we become a fascist government, that these will change. Like, I'm pretty sure this one changes right here, where it talks about Brazil and Bolivia. It'll change the countries. I'm not sure what countries it'll change to, but it'll make it fascist supporters. And so basically, when you change your government type, from what I'm aware of, is that it also changes the goals along with it. So our goals will start anchoring towards more fascist support. But I've only really seen it with these. I haven't seen it with like any other countries or anything like that. I haven't really played that much with other countries. And so the issue with war bonds, these would be nice, but we have to be at war with one of the major powers to actually start that. And that's definitely going to help us get us out of the Great Depression, and that'll give us an extra research slot, which is really nice. This one will also give us an extra research slot, but we have to do war propaganda for those, and we're definitely going to start on war propaganda when the world tension gets up to 20%, but so far nothing's really happening. So yeah, I think the next thing we're definitely going to do is reaffirm the Monroe Doctrine, and we're at 40 out of 70 right now. We have more dockyards. We can just put them in heavy cruisers. I'm not really that concerned with our Navy right now. I'll get more concerned with it as we play on, but for right now, most of our military focus is going to be on Central and South America. And well, speaking of that, we still have a little bit of training to do. Probably they're a little over halfway there. There are some that are already level 3, but they can, there's no penalty for them to just sit here and exercise, I don't think. Oh, they take attrition, but they're going to gain, you take 6% attrition, I think that's what it said, while they're exercising. Yeah, you take a total attrition of 6%, but they'll gain the supplies back as we start to produce more, as we start making more military factories, which we need more civilian factories to actually get these military factories producing at a decent rate, because of our Great Depression and our undisturbed isolation. Because that 40% civilian factory is a big hit. Like 101 factories working on that. That's a lot. But yeah, so we're mainly just waiting on that. We're just gonna combine these navies, and we'll go ahead and just get them to patrol just around. Oh, what happened? Z. Oh, at the right click, there it goes. And so we're just gonna get these guys to patrol, because I'm pretty sure controlling allows them to gain XP, think they gain XP from patrolling. I couldn't be sure. So yeah, we'll just do the same one with this one here. Combine, patrol, get them to just go down this coastline. And yeah. So yeah, nothing's really happened so far. We're still really low on supplies. You can see all the deficits we have here, but I mean, we can't really do anything about those until we get our military factories up and running. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got WPA out of the way. And like I said, I think we're just going to jump straight on this Monroe Doctrine. Go ahead and get that going. Alright, so what we're going to do first off is get our daily fascist support going. And so we get this event where it says fascism on the rise. And the American people have a noble history, a history they've been made to forget under the weak and cowardly rule of the Democratic Party. They claim to represent the people, but can so feeble a state enforce the will of the people? Only by spilling the blood of these traitors can we fulfill our destiny. The fascist speakers in the United States have made no secret of what they think of our current rulership and political system. Speeches like this have tapped into public dissent, and this is particularly pronounced in the more conservative sections of the military. And so basically you get to choose between internal support and popular support. We're just going to go with popular support, and just because I think that's the best option from the different ways I've played it. Let me let the time go. I don't really know. I also don't really see where internal support would come. I guess we would just get like more fascist options to work with. But I think the popular support's going to be good, and so we can watch this little screen rise up. Let's see. I actually can't hover here. Let me hover over this. So yeah, we get 0.10 daily change, or 0.1 daily change. I don't know why I keep saying 0.10. 0.1 daily change in our fascist. Oh, a little bit of lag here. Oh, there it goes. Oh, so the Spanish Civil War just kicked off. We're actually not going to do anything about that. I don't really care who wins, who loses. What do I want to make? I haven't played around a lot with the Navy, because in my other two playthroughs, or in the other two campaigns I played with this game, they haven't been like that important until later in the game. So I think we're just going to build whichever one's one of the cheaper ones, but still. We'll just build these battle cruisers. There they go. I think we're gonna need more. Do we need more chromium? Is that what that's telling me? Yep, there it is. I don't know. Oh, there's the little prop up. Alright, so we'll just send one civilian factory for 8, and that should be enough. Yeah, we have surplus of 1. We have surplus of 219. Holy crap, we make a lot of oil. We produce 1,200 and we export 966. That is a lot. That is too much. We're trading 12. We're getting 12 civilian factories from Japan. We're not exporting anything there. We're getting a lot of civilian factories through trade though, so that's a good thing. So far, that's getting about 20 something. Let's go look at the Spanish Civil War. Of course, so that put world tension at 4%. Soviet Union. Why did the Soviet Union cost 2.9? I guess they sent troops over there. Yeah, they sent 5 volunteers. All right, so we got a research done. I think the best option to just go ahead and do is the research time minus. Yeah, the research time minus 5%. I don't really want to research anything else in particular, even though we are behind on a lot of these things. Tanks would be good. Tanks would probably be good. And we want to get into these special forces, but I think we can wait on those. Yeah, we're actually behind in tanks. Do we have, how's our motorized? Oh, we don't even have motorized infantry. Let's research motorized infantry. That way we can start producing those. Anybody else send troops? Soviet Union 2.8%? No. Who'd they send they probably sent it to yeah, they sent it to Republican Spain. Alright, so we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I think if we did try, even if we did try to send, I think it cost, we need world tension at 70% to even send troops. And our country isn't even allowed to do it because of our, is it because we're democratic? Yeah, I guess, yeah, we have a plus 50 because we're democratic. And then, yeah. Alright, so now we're just still waiting on some of the other things. Are you guys grouped up yet? Are you guys trained yet? Still got a little bit of that to go. Oh, we're at our army experience. Alright, so now that we have some army experience, we can edit this infantry division. And so, like I said in the last video, I think I mentioned it, was we want this combat width to be at 20. And so I think the best way to do that would be to, I think right now, just because we're a little behind in research, I think right now it would just be best to add one more infantry to each unit. And then when we start researching, get out of the Great Depression, and start actually like not having all these major penalties from all this undisturbed isolation and Great Depression, once we start having, or once we stop having those penalties, we'll play around with it a little bit more, just to just so we can have it just however like the enemy is producing, or just whatever we need it for, because apparently we're really behind on like tanks and artillery and stuff. So because we're not that far behind on artillery actually. We're in 1936. I'm probably not going to research any this year. And then we're really behind in these tanks. So if we could get up, I would really like to stay on top of it with the tanks and the motorized infantry. And so we'll keep an eye on those. But I also like to get these research time bonuses, just because overall, well, let's see, it's 2%, 3%, so that's 5, 8, 13. So that's 18% off research time overall if we get all 5 of these, and then and then we need those to get like the encryption and the decryption and stuff like that. And we also should this whole tree right here, this electronic engineering, is probably one of the most important, just because of the radar. At first, like, it's a good thing to like get on and get ahead with, just because of the radar and the encryption and stuff like that. Alright, so we got research support weapons. We finished a lot of stuff. Okay. We could do, let's do this factory output, the concentrated industry, because it does factory output plus 20% and it increases the amount of factories we have in the state, or the dispersed industry, because these two are mutually exclusive. Ugh, I can't speak. So this has factory output at 10%, which is half of that, but it also does efficiency retention at 10% and bomb vulnerability minus 10%. So I think this one's better, just because overall you're getting 10 more percentages. Like this one you get 50%, this one you get 40, and this branch it just gives more overall on the way down. So yeah, I think we'll just go with this one. Research that, and then we have one more research slot. Those are too high. Did I not research the tank a minute ago? Oh no, we did the motorized infantry. How long would this take? That would take 220 days. That would take 176. Land Doctrine, we're fine on. So yeah, I think we'll just research the light tank. Let the game run. These guys still exercising. Yep. They're almost there though. Does it actually tell me how much they need? They get 0.2 experience daily, and they're 78% of the way there. Huh. Alright. Oh, a lot of stuff just happened. Alright, so our national focus is done. British Parliament intervention in Benelux. Having learnt from the Great War, the British will not underestimate the strategic value of the Benelux region and the potential risk of seeing enemy countries build influence there. The British Parliament has debated the possibility of military intervention, While the political implications of such action weighed heavily on Neville Chamberlain, several decisive arguments were delivered before it was decided that the rest of the debate should be conducted in closed chambers. Such an intervention would irrevocably change the political landscape of Western Europe. Wow, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. I don't know. It didn't say anything, but still. Or well, it didn't have any like immediate effects, but I just never seen that one. All right. So our next national focus. We'll do the support Rock Island later when we actually start researching the artillery. Again, I think we just go with one of these to get our political power. It doesn't really matter. We'll do the South America one. And yeah. Alright, so that's where I'm going to end it here for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and yeah, leave a comment down below. See you guys later.